This project here is going to be for my wife's sewing machine. She wants to make an extension table for her quilting. So we got a piece of 1/4 inch thick plexiglass. And we got to cut it to fit around it and put some legs on it. So I'm going to take some measurements and try to get a pattern of the corner here that has to be cut out. Now what I'll do is take that upstairs, get on the computer on my CAD program, and draw it out on the CAD so we can program the CNC to make that cutout. Well, there's the drawing. Had to put some angles up here to match the shape. A little bit of an arc right here. But it took a little bit of time to get the measurements just right. Then just radius these corners just so no material snags on it. So we'll save that and then convert it to the CAD CAM program so we can run the toolpath for the CNC. Okay, we're in the CAM program now, and I've ran selected the 1/8 inch end mill and the toolpath. So let's do a little simulation here, showing how the bit will go around it, making 2 passes. We can also do a more realistic simulation. That shows how it will cut on the CNC router itself. Now we can post-process. It'll calculate the G-code for us. There, it's got the G-code. So we just copy that over to a flash drive and load it into the computer at the router. Well, I've got the CAM program loaded into the Mach 3 on the computer, and I've got a piece of scrap 1/4 inch plywood on the CNC table, bolted down, shimmed up off the table with some little spacers. What I'm going to do is cut one end of the template just to check the cutout, so I have something to check it against the sewing machine to make sure it's right before we cut the plexiglass. Well, let's see how it fits. A little loose up in this corner and a little loose down here. I think I need to move this up a little bit. Take a little off of that one. Close up this crack here. So we'll go modify the drawing and redo the G-code. Take care of that. Okay, we're ready to cut another piece of scrap to try it out. Well, let's see how it fits here. Well, it fits good up here in these corners, but we've got a little bit of a gap right here. Exactly 1/8. So I need to move that point in probably 3/32, so I can give it a 30-second clearance. And this side over here is 3/32 out. So I'll move it in a 1/16 and give it a 30-second clearance, and I think we'll be okay. May have to cut one more just to make sure. But let's go modify the drawing again. Okay, let's try it one more time. I've got the modified program loaded into Mach 3 and ran out of places on the piece of scrap plywood, so I had to get a piece of MDF. So I'm going to use the dust shoe to collect the dust so it won't be so dusty. Well, let's see how she fits this time. Oh, I like that. Yes, sir, I like that. I think that's going to work out just perfect. See how close that fits? I got about a 30-second, maybe a hair more than 30-second clearance right here. But there's an arc right here and an angle from here to here, and then back in these corners this is a little bit of an angle, and the same on this side. This side angles back, so it's a little difficult to get all the angles and curves just right. That's why it took probably 4 tries to get it right. Now that we've got it, we'll be able to go ahead and CNC the plexiglass without fear of it being off. So we'll move all this stuff off the table and get ready to mount it down. We'll have to drill some holes in it to mount the legs to anyway, and we'll use those holes to screw it down. We'll come in 2 inches from each corner for the corner legs. And 1 leg in the center. Can't reach the center one on the drill press, so we'll have to drill the center one with a hand drill. Well, I think we're ready to start cutting. Double check the squareness. I'm going to mount it down to the board, ran the bit around, make sure it's going to cut at least a little sliver right at the edge. Make sure we cut everything. So now it's time to cut it. Well, let's take it off the board and see what it looks like. Looks a little ragged on some places. We'll have to do some sanding. Well, let's see how it fits. Yeah, it looks pretty good there. A little tiny loose right here, but not bad. I'd say it fits like a glove. So we'll get her cleaned up and make the legs for it and be all set. Well, I took a file around to the edges and got some of the heavy burrs off. But before we sand it, I think I'll bevel the edges a little bit, just slightly, so that the material doesn't catch on it. And then we'll sand it. We'll use 220 sandpaper. My plan is to make some adjustable feet for the table, but it's going to take a little while to make those, so she can get back to using her sewing machine. I'm going to make these temporary feet. Hopefully they're the right height and will be close enough, and so we'll screw them on there so she can use it, and then we can go back and make the adjustable feet and change them out later. Well, before I screw the feet on, I think I'll take the protective plastic off so it doesn't get caught underneath the legs. I think it's going to be okay. It might be a little high here. That's why I wanted to put adjustable feet on it. Back over here it's okay. But we can tell more when she puts it on her table. I think she'll be pleased with this.